This is CGTN, China Global Television Network.
Now, Nigeria's external debt stock is set to hit an all-time high of $45 billion following the government's request to Parliament to approve fresh financing to fund its budget deficit. As CGTN's Kelechi Emekalam reports, authorities in Africa's topmost economy are seeking legislator approval for a fresh external borrowing to the tune of $5 billion.
A total of nearly $5 billion in foreign loans. That's what Nigeria's government is seeking to borrow from the World Bank, French Development Agency and Exim Bank. President Muhammadu Buhari's request comes barely 2 months after Parliament approved an earlier request to borrow $8.3 billion and 490 million euros in loans. He says the funds are part of an initial borrowing plan for the 2018 to 2020 budget.
I personally think it is completely irresponsible to borrow for recurrent expenditure or to borrow for consumption, to borrow to fund the budget. When you look at the structure of the Nigerian budget, you will find out that in the 2020 budget, this current budget, the Nigerian government is using about 90% of its revenues, inflows, to what? To service loans. So it is actually a very negative and unproductive trajectory that the administration is leaning toward.
Nigeria is facing one of its toughest times after barely climbing out of a recession, its second in less than 5 years. The World Bank says the West African nation's revenue to GDP ratio fell to about 6% last year, making it the lowest in the world. Its revenue has seen 37% decline over the past 6 years and has been worsened by the pandemic-led downturn.
Nobody borrows against GDP. You actually borrow against your revenues. We're focusing more on spending, okay, than creating, generating revenue. Nigeria is not generating as much revenue. And how do we generate revenue? That should be the conversation.
Nigeria's external debt profile has increased rapidly by 366% since 2015. The nation's total outstanding foreign debt was $9.7 billion before Buhari assumed office. By the end of March, the Debt Management Office posted an official foreign debt of $32.9 billion. If the latest request is approved, foreign borrowings in 2021 alone will total nearly $13 billion.
There's nothing wrong with borrowing, okay? If we're building factories, if we're building human capacity, if we're building the hospitals, if we're building the educational system. We now have this huge cost of governance. Fund management is a problem because we spend so much to maintain, the government, the people in government and the institutions.
Some experts warn that Nigeria's rising debt could scare away prospective foreign investors from the country if not checked.
This huge debt profile creates investor pessimism. And investor pessimism, it reduces the amount of foreign direct inflows that you have. And once you have all those uncertainties within the Nigerian economy, the Naira is unstable.
Government says the loans are meant for projects to help the nation realize its economic sustainability plan with focus across key sectors such as infrastructure, health, agriculture and food security, energy and COVID-19. Experts advise government to concentrate on its diversification agenda and build infrastructures to boost revenue and reduce borrowing. Kelechi Emekalam, CGTN Abuja, Nigeria.